Welcome to Upticks. I'm Jake Falcon, the founder of Falcon Wealth Advisors and your host of Upticks. Today is episode 150, Preventing Cybercrime and Fraud. Thank you for joining me back on the show. I hope all of you out there are staying safe and healthy during this horrible pandemic. Quick side note, I can't believe as I'm recording this is already episode 150 of Upticks. When I started this thing, I really didn't even know if it would work or how it would take off or if people would even listen. And I'm sure if I went back and listened to episode 1, 2, or 3, they probably weren't all that great. But we've progressed, and I'm very humbled that our subscriber count continues to grow and is actually ramping up every month, it feels like, and our listens continue to grow. So it's been a lot of fun doing this, and I hope all of you out there are getting some useful information, right? Hopefully you can understand that this isn't a sales pitch. I'm really out there looking to educate the general population and particularly our clients. And in fact, our clients choose to work with us to enhance their financial literacy and explain exactly what their financial plan means to them. So if you're out there watching this, listening to this, and you have questions, certainly don't hesitate to reach out to me. My email address is simply jake@falconwealthadvisors.com. I love getting emails or text messages from clients and helping them solve their financial problems or questions. Okay, so for today's topic, I wanted to talk about cybercrime and fraud, two very rampant and important topics. And, fraud's been around for centuries, right? People have been deceiving other people since the beginning of time, frankly. And cybersecurity, though, is something that's probably relatively new over the last, few decades. And so it's important that you, most importantly, stay vigilant and protect your information. And so what I have here, I'm going to share my screen here in a moment, is I have a white paper that is available at falconwealthadvisors.com under our digital download section. You can go in there, type in your name and your email, and you can download this 4-page white paper that has useful tips and information about preventing cybercrime and fraud. But for today's show, I'm going to go over a few of the hot topics. But again, if you want to go and download the report, you can certainly go to our website and get your free copy of fraud prevention tips. Okay, so let's see here. So we're going to share my screen. And there we go. So this is the white paper. And again, you can see it's 4 pages, but it's nothing crazy. It's not like you have to read a book. But again, it is available for download on our website. Number one here is what I like of this white paper. Again, I'm going to hit some of the highlights, is keep us informed. So if we're your advisor at Falcon Wealth Advisors and you've made a change, you've changed addresses, phone numbers, email, maybe you've gotten married, maybe you've gotten divorced, keep us informed regarding any changes in personal information. Very important. We can update that. We'll verbally confirm it. We'll work with our custodian, who our primary custodian is Charles Schwab. We can use multiple custodians, but our primary one is Charles Schwab. We can update that information and make sure that it's accurate and that it's all on file correctly. Another quick point I want to make in this section here is that any instruction sent via email or text message, know that we're going to call you to confirm it. We do not accept email instructions. I know that it may be a little bit of a nuisance for some people, but it's 100% for your security benefit, right? So our staff's going to want to call you, confirm the request. More than likely they know the sound of your voice. If they don't know you or not familiar with what's going on, they might ask you some security questions. But again, that's all just to protect you. Like I mentioned, our custodian is Charles Schwab. Our primary custodian is Charles Schwab. They have security features that you can set up through them, and we can certainly assist you with this as well, such as a voice ID service or two-factor authentication, which is very popular right now. Basically, 2 steps into logging into your account. Okay, so going into fraud in general is be suspicious. It's tough out there. It's unfortunate that we're living in a society where people are trying to deceive you. But a good rule to remember is that if it's too good to be true, it probably is. So be cautious of who's out there contacting you. Certainly you don't want to share any sensitive information to someone that you don't know or trust in there. Another good one is keeping your technology up to date. So you want to download, the latest upgrades, whether you're dealing with Windows or Apple versions. Normally they do things to enhance the user experience, but it's my understanding that sometimes they also may enhance the security features. So it's important to keep your software updated if you're using, again, a smartphone or laptop or a PC. Also, this is a kind of funny one. I don't think anyone would do this, but if you find a USB drive, I guess, laying on the ground, we wouldn't recommend you plug that into your computer, right? So also be cautious using public networks. Traveling is starting to open back up. So if you're at the airport, you probably wouldn't get on their Wi-Fi network or in a public place. You want to be careful with that. Obviously, be strategic with your login credentials. You don't want to share that with people. I know there's so many logins and passwords. It's very difficult to keep track of. But making sure that you're being vigilant with those as well. Also, being aware of secure websites. Typically, if you're going to enter your credit card information, one tip that I do is I want to make sure that there's a padlock closed before I put my credit card information in online. Typically, I believe that makes the site secure, but you want to be careful and only put that information in reputable sites. And then also be aware of phishing. And what that is that's people basically blasting out emails out there looking for you to divulge some sort of personal information so that they can get more information from you. Okay, so I'm not going to go through and read this entire thing, obviously, for you, but it's good. So again, if you want a copy of it, head on over to falconwealthadvisors.com. Under Advisor Insights, there should be a drop down there, digital downloads. That's where you'll find our fraud prevention document or white paper. That is about all the time that I have for you today. If you haven't subscribed, please feel free to click that subscribe button here in the upper left-hand corner. We are, like I said, gaining subscribers, so we're very humbled by that. If we're not already connected on social media, I love expanding my network. So I'm on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. So again, if we're not connected on one of those, please feel free to do that. Our Falcon Wealth Advisors, our company, are on the same 4 platforms. So we're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram as well. As far as fun topics, July 4th is coming up as of the recording of this episode. So I'll be heading to Chicago with my wife and some of her dear friends from high school and their significant others. So I'm really excited about that trip. It'll be great for Rachel to kind of reconnect with them and explore Chicago. So hopefully I've got some pictures to share for you up on an upcoming episode of Upticks. In the meantime, like I said, I hope all of you out there are starting to get out and about safely and enjoying some of this nice, warm Kansas City weather if you do live in Kansas City. And like I said, be safe, be healthy, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great week.